Welcome language learners from all around the globe to Listen Up, the podcast that takes you on a captivating voyage through the English language. Whether you've just started your journey or have been navigating the intricacies of English for some time, this podcast is designed to be your trusty compass, guiding you towards fluency and unlocking the wonders of English. I'm your host, Karen, a passionate traveller and an experienced teacher of English as a second language. Join me as we embark on an exciting expedition filled with British history read by a native speaker. Together, we'll conquer the challenges and celebrate the victories of learning English as a foreign language. Each episode of Listen Up will immerse you in a variety of topics, from aspects of British culture, history, and literature. We'll explore useful vocabulary that will empower you to communicate confidently in English. If you want to read along with the podcast, head to my website www.onepawinthesand.com/ESL. The link is in the description. But this podcast isn't just about learning English in isolation. It's about building a community of language learners, supporting one another, and fostering a love of the English language. I encourage you to engage with us through my Patreon page, where you can connect with fellow learners, ask questions, and share your own language journey. So, whether you're sipping tea in Tokyo, walking the streets in Sao Paulo, or studying in a bustling cafe in Berlin, Listen Up is here to accompany you on your quest for English fluency. Join me as we embark on this transformative expedition where language becomes an adventure and your dreams of effective communication become a reality. Today's episode is called No Escape for MPs. When it comes to unusual laws, the British Isles has no shortage of them. From the notorious don't handle salmon in suspicious circumstances to it's illegal to die in the Houses of Parliament. We will look at this one in more detail later in the month. The United Kingdom has a rich history. But today, we're going to look at a law that prevents British members of Parliament, or MPs, from saying, "I quit." Think about having a job that you really don't like, and you have to do it every day. Most people would want to quit and find a better job. But if you're a British MP, it's not that easy. There's a law from the 17th century that says MPs can't quit until the next big election happens. This law was made to stop rich people from buying MPs' votes. Now, this strange law has led to some unusual outcomes. For example, finding loopholes. MPs can't just quit, but they can find clever ways to get out of the job. They can take on other jobs, such as being the Crown Steward and Bailiff of the Chiltern Hundreds, or the Manor of Northstead. These jobs pay and make them ineligible to be MPs, but are really just a way to get out of the MP job. These titles are used after each other, so two MPs can resign at the same time. Recent title holders include Nadine Dorries and Boris Johnson. Getting suspended. Some MPs who really want to leave politics might misbehave or break the rules on purpose. They do this hoping to get suspended, which means they can't be MPs anymore. It's a dramatic way to quit. Waiting for a long time. If an MP doesn't want to use the tricky loopholes or get suspended, they have to wait until a big election happens. This can take a very long time. It's not easy if they don't like their job. Extra elections. Sometimes MPs who want to quit have to run for election again in a special election called a by-election. This can be expensive and uncertain, and it's another way to make sure MPs do their job. Nowadays, this old law may seem strange because modern democracies let elected officials leave if they want to. But the law is still there, even though it has changed a bit over the years. This law might not serve its original purpose anymore, but it's still a unique part of British politics. It reminds us of the strange and lasting traditions in the UK's political history. So next time you think about quitting your job, remember that being a British MP isn't as simple as giving in your notice. You have to find creative ways to leave, making British politics even more interesting and amusing. And that wraps up another episode of Listen Up. I hope you enjoyed learning about my topic today and practicing your English. Remember, the exploration doesn't have to end here. If you have any lingering questions or want to continue the conversation, I've got some great opportunities for you. First off, I offer private lessons for those of you eager to expand your knowledge further, whether it's practicing today's subject or exploring other topics. I'm here to guide you on your English journey. Reach out to me through my website or social media platforms, and let's embark on a personalised learning experience together. I have been involved with training people for more than 10 years. I've been teaching English as a second language for over a year, in which time I have taught over 500 students, many of whom are regulars. But wait, there's more! If you're a devoted fan of Listen Up and want to show your support, consider joining our Patreon community. Your contribution directly helps us bring you more episodes and maintain the quality of our show. Your support truly means the world to me, and we couldn't continue this podcast without you. So whether you choose private lessons or Patreon, or both, I look forward to staying connected and exploring the fascinating realms of English as a second language together. Thank you once again for joining us on Listen Up. Until next time, keep practicing.